Title: Biden's approval ratings. Polls don't tell the whole story, says Karine Jean-Pierre. TLDR, Karine Jean-Pierre, the White House Deputy Press Secretary, challenges the interpretation of recent polls regarding President Biden's approval ratings. She argues that the numbers alone can't paint the full picture, suggesting there's more to the story. Is she onto something, or is this just a way to deflect from sinking numbers? Hey, turned-up newsreaders. Ready to dive into a controversy that's more tangled than your headphones in your pocket? Let's unravel it together. Approval ratings, a slippery slope or just a bump? President Joe Biden's approval ratings are sliding down faster than your last TikTok post. The recent numbers aren't looking that hot, and some critics are waving red flags like they're at a racing event. But wait. White House Deputy Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre is telling us to put on the brakes. In an interview, Jean-Pierre made it clear that the numbers alone aren't the entire story. Polls don't tell the entire story, she claimed, pointing out that these statistical snapshots might be as misleading as a catfish on a dating app. What's behind the numbers? Could it be that these polling numbers are as superficial as an influencer's #NoFilter selfie? Jean-Pierre seems to think so. She highlights the administration's efforts in areas like infrastructure, healthcare, and the economy. Are these accomplishments getting overshadowed by temporary dissatisfaction, or are the people genuinely concerned? Now, before you start tweeting about this, let's dig into what could be affecting the numbers. You know, like your favorite detective series but with less drama and more politics. Context matters. The world is a complicated place, and the US is no exception. With ongoing challenges like the pandemic, economic recovery, and international relations, is it fair to judge the administration based on polling numbers alone? But let's not ignore the elephant, or donkey, in the room. Critics argue that these numbers reflect genuine dissatisfaction with Biden's performance. Are they right, or is this just a spicy political narrative? Your turn to weigh in. Here at Turned Up News, we don't tell you what to think, but we sure love to make you think. So here's the real question: are these poll numbers a fair reflection of President Biden's performance, or is there more to the story that we're not seeing? Are the administration's accomplishments being overlooked, or is there a growing discontent that can't be ignored? If you've got opinions, we want to hear them. Leave a comment, make a TikTok, or start a Twitter storm. Just keep the conversation going. And here's your final food for thought: if polling numbers don't tell the entire story, what does? How should we measure the success or failure of a political leader in a world that's more complex than ever? Let's get this debate raging. Disclaimer: the information in this article does not provide or imply any recommendations or endorsements. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.